Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, dear traders. Welcome to InstaForex economic news channel with us, Kate Stichina
And Tahmina Salomova.
You are watching a weekly review of the currency and commodity markets for the last week.
How did events unfold on the Forex market?
The US dollar strengthened against a basket of major currencies on Friday.
And what was the reason for the dollar's rally?
Investors preferred the greenback in response to wild swings in global stock and bond markets. Some traders were covering shorts and taking profits. Others used their dollar as a good investment due to rising treasury yields. And another part of the market liked the US currency as a safe haven asset on the back of volatile moves in the equity markets. On Friday, Euro-USD settled at 1.2251, down by 220 points for the week. The pair felt the impact of the high volatility in stock and bonds. Since mid-December, investors had been buying the euro due to an expanding euro area economy, and one hopes that the European Central Bank will wind down its balance sheet sooner than expected. Meanwhile, the American dollar versus Japanese yen pair finished the wild week on a high note. The USD GPU settled at 108.757, down by 130 points over the week. On Friday, American dollar versus Japanese yen posted a volatile two-sided trade as bond markets were relatively calm and stock markets were wild. The dollar was supported early in the session when treasury yields continued to hover just slightly below four-year highs. It retreated against the yen when yields dropped in reaction to increased demand for safe haven assets. An intraday sell-off in the US stock market spurred demand for US Treasury bonds. However, late session rebound in equities was enough to fuel a short current rally in USD GPU. Cryptocurrency prices, meanwhile, climbed Friday with the number one digital currency, Bitcoin, trading around a weekly high at $8,720. After the previous day's rally, which pushed Bitcoin more than 30% of Tuesday's three-month low of $5,947.40, can have been harder to come by, with Bitcoin trading on either side over $8,000 for the past 72 hours. A late move higher Friday pushed Bitcoin out of its tight range as crypto investors finished their week on a positive note. Thursday's rise in cryptocurrency prices came as equity slumped to multi-month lows. That was all I had to say about trends on the currency market. What was news on the commodity market?
The crude oil futures finished lower Friday.
And what put pressure on prices?
Data released Friday revealed the biggest weekly jump in the number of U.S. oil drilling rigs since January 2017, contributing to concerns about a surge in U.S. production. The U.S. benchmark settled below $60 a barrel for the first time in 2018, noting its biggest weekly loss in more than a year. April Brent crude futures fell to $62.79 a barrel in London. Brent, which settled as its lowest level since December 13, retreated by 8.4% last week. March West Texas Intermediate futures settled at $59.20 a barrel in New York. Prices saw their lowest finish since December 22nd. For the week, it was down by 9.6%, which was the deepest decline since January 2016. At the same time, gold prices suffered from the largest weekly loss in 2 months, as investors cite volatility in global stocks and a leading dollar index aimed for its best weekly performance in more than a year. April gold futures declined to $1,315.70 an ounce after tapping a high of $1,325. It finished the Thursday in the green, halting a 4-session skid. Gold futures logged a weekly decline of about 1.6%, the largest since the week ended December 8.
Okay, thank you for the review of the commodity market. You watch the weekly review of the currency and commodity markets prepared by InstaForex TV channel.
And to be presented to you by Tahmina Salomova
and Kate Stichina.
Good luck, see you later.
Goodbye.